And Greek firefighters say a large wildfire that broke out near Athens is now under control. Authorities issued evacuation orders and warned that strong winds and high temperatures meant that the risk of other fires breaking out remains high.
And coming up, heat health alerts are in force across most of England ahead of a second summer heatwave.
As a heat health alert is issued from today, we hear why so many buildings in the capital struggle to cope with rising temperatures.
A second heat alert has come into force for much of England, with temperatures set to soar over the coming days. The amber alert is the second in as many weeks. Forecasters say the new heatwave could set a new record for June. Well, Tullis reports from Essex on how people and businesses are coping with the rising temperatures.
Friday at the seaside as the country braces for more days of hot weather. But with higher temperatures come higher risks. It's set to exceed 30 degrees Celsius this weekend, with an amber level warning now in place in parts of England, urging those having fun in the sun to be cautious.
I'm loving it. It makes some nice change. It's really nice.
A lot of sun cream on the kids as well as us.
How are you staying safe in the sun?
Yeah, I've been drinking loads of water and I put sun cream on.
An amber level alert means the impacts of hot weather are likely to be felt across the health and social care services over the next few days. The warning is in place until Tuesday evening across the East Midlands, the east of England, the south east, the south west and London, with a lower level yellow alert in place in Yorkshire and the Humber and the West Midlands. This is the second amber warning issued in as many weeks. And for some across the country, it's not just health and safety they're worried about, but their livelihoods and businesses could also be impacted. At this farm in Essex, heat levels up means crop yields are down. Last year, this field was filled with thousands of sunflowers. This year, it is barren.
The grass hasn't grown. We're going to have to feed our cattle food that we preserve or keep for the winter. So will we have to buy more food in for them? Probably. Costs are going up. Wheat ripening too quickly, that's going to affect yields, it's going to affect quality.
Across the country, in another much busier field, the tens of thousands who have gathered for Glastonbury are also feeling the heat.
I've seen a few people passing out, a few medics called.
I've got my sun umbrella with me and I know I don't look that popular. Going back to the tent to dunk my head in a bucket of water.
In some parts of England, temperatures could rise to 31 degrees this weekend before potentially reaching as high as 34 degrees on Monday. As ever, authorities warn that with hotter weather comes greater responsibility to stay safe in it. So when there's hot weather, there's also sadly often an increase in drowning and other swimming related accidents. Lifeguards have passed on some advice on staying safe in the water this summer. They say only ever swim in lifeguarded or supervised areas. Don't swim too far out from shore. Never swim alone, and if you do get into trouble in the water, lie on your back and float until you can regain your breath before calling out for help or swimming back safely to shore.
First tonight, a heat health alert has come into force as the capital braces for a second summer heatwave. It means our emergency services and the whole population could be affected by the rising temperatures, with expected highs of 34 degrees on Monday. So are we prepared for our warming climate? A new report says many of our homes, offices and schools are not equipped to deal with the heat, and the capital is extremely vulnerable when it comes to wildfires. Frankie McCamley reports.
It's one way to keep cool without letting go of your scooter, especially as temperatures are expected to hit the mid-30s in the next few days. But while this intense heat is fun for some, others are warning of its detrimental impacts.
People think these are concerns about a future climate, something that's hot or wet or wild or coming down the track at us, but actually it's happening in the here and now. So if we look at London, for instance, people think of wildfires as something that affects California or Australia, but actually wildfires are happening here already. If we look at Wennington and Greater London, 2022 wildfires ripped right through the centre of the town.
And it's not just outside, it's buildings as well. Talk me through the resilience that buildings have in London, especially those older ones.
So, one of the really strong threads that came through from the roadmap was that buildings need to be the first line of defence here. So if we think of our schools, our hospitals, our care homes, our homes themselves, these are the places where we care and nurture for people, but at the moment they're on their way to becoming a real risk and hazard to our lives and livelihoods.
The team say buildings need to be more prepared for extreme weather conditions and have developed a map of London highlighting built-up areas that are most at risk.
So at a simple level, when you look at the mapping that was done as part of our climate resilience roadmap, what that does is, in very simple terms, if you see hexagons that are purple or red, that's extremely high risk from the overheating and the more intense weather to come.